Hello and welcome back to art class. Today we're going to be making a picture that deals with positive and negative space. We'll go over a little bit more of it, what positive and negative is next week, but I want to give you just a rough idea. Positive space is the actual drawing. So let's say we were drawing a picture of a horse. We drew out the horse. The negative space would be all the kind of the blank space around it. So positive space is the actual object or the thing you want to draw, and negative space is the background. Okay. Often people think of if you drew a landscape picture, where you're drawing mountains and like trees in the ground, the negative space might be the background or the sky in that case. So that gives you kind of a rough idea. Today, we're going to go and make our own picture. We're going to be making a picture of a tree, and we're going to do some kind of interesting things to it. You're going to need 2 pieces of paper. They need to be the same size, so just get 2 of the same size piece of paper. You're going to need a pencil, an eraser. Crayons or colored pencils will work, and then you're also going to need a pair of scissors as well. Scissors will only be for a short couple little easy things. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, we can set 1 piece of paper off to the side for right now. We'll get to it later. I need you to take 1 piece of paper, and you need to have it going this way where it's going side to side. Then you're going to fold it over, and you're going to get it lined up as best you can so you can fold it in half as evenly as possible. If you need your mom or dad to help you out to make sure that edge is even, go ahead and ask them. That's totally fine. Okay, give it a nice little folded edge here, so I just like to rub over that. So now we have that. And very lightly and very carefully, you're going to draw on the line so you can see that middle section. Try to stay on the fold, so go slowly, so you trace really well. The reason why that matters is this is where your scissors come in. Okay, so now I know exactly where I need to cut. That. Okay, so now I have 2 pieces of paper that are the same size. You actually only need 1 of these, so you can set the other one off to the side. I would hold on to the second sheet just in case something goes wrong, or if you want to do this again on your own, because it's kind of a neat project. All right, so we're going to do a little picture right here. The picture is going up and down, okay? And what I need you to do is right down the middle, you are going to draw a line down the middle. And I purposely kind of put a little, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, so I put a little bit of a wave to it. Don't go crazy, it needs to be mostly straight, okay? So what I did is that if you can't draw it perfectly straight, that's okay. What we're going to be drawing is a sapling tree. And sapling trees are very skinny. We're not thinking the big trees that are out in people's yards. We're talking about they're little trees like this, okay? And very, very skinny. So this is going to represent the very skinny trunk. And then we need to put a few branches on it. We want to put the branches just about start at the halfway. We're going to put 1 branch over here and a branch over here. And then I'm going to put another branch that actually splits. And then I'm going to put a branch over here like that. I don't want tons of branches. We only want a few, like what I have here. And there's a reason for that. The simple reason is we will be cutting in this picture, and if we have too many branches, it will make things so much harder. And I don't want to make things too hard. I am going to put 1 branch going down here, though. I think that looks better to me. So now it looks like a stick tree, like a tree that's very, very, very young. Okay? I also would like to put in the green leaves, and like the bush shape that we usually do. So I'm going to put in like this. So this will be the green up here. Okay, so this will be green, and then we'll go over the stick or the trunk with brown. We're again keeping it skinny like a line. Now down here at the bottom where the ground is, I would like the ground to go behind the tree, and it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And then you need to come up with something that's going on. So maybe you need, maybe you want a swing, maybe you want a nighttime sky, Maybe you want a daytime sky, maybe you want the sunset, sunrise. What do you want on the ground? Do you want toys on the ground? Do you want a bushel of apples on the ground? All kinds of different things. You are going to make up this part here. If you are doing like a bushel of apples or pears or oranges, then you need to probably make sure that you put a few of them up here. So that is the next thing that we're going to focus on, is go ahead and add some details. I'm going to take a second, I'll fast forward while I'm doing finishing up my drawing, and we'll go from there. So next, should have the drawing pretty well completed. Okay, don't go crazy complicated with your drawing, just put in some nice detail work for it. Then the next step is I need you to get a brown. The reason why is we're going to trace our lines of the trunk and the branches with the brown. That is not brown, that is red, there we go. So all we're going to do is literally going to do a nice job tracing it. We're not making it any thicker, we are just tracing. Good. Then I need you to color the rest of the picture. I like to mix colors when I'm coloring. I'm gonna let you choose how you wanna color it, but here's an example. Like my tree, I'm gonna have green leaves, but I like to mix in the different kinds of green. So I might start off with maybe a yellow green to make my leaves lighter, but I might go over it with a little bit of regular green just to mix it up a little bit, because I like to mix my colors. Same thing with the ground. I might come up with green here, maybe add in a little bit of a blue-green or another green, something to make sure that the ground looks a little bit different. And I have my sun here and I need to be able to color the sky. So what I'm gonna do is fast forward, and I'm gonna go ahead and color this. I want you to take time, color it. Think about mixing colors if you can that make sense to mix together. If you're not sure, you can always use your other piece of paper and test the colors on that paper first before you actually do it. Okay, so now I have this colored. We're gonna save this piece and put it off to the side. Then we're gonna need your big piece of paper. And you're just gonna need a brown. Okay. So this is gonna be our positive piece. And then we're gonna be making our negative paper right now, the negative, basically background. So I'm gonna put my crayons away so I have some room to work. And if you have a brown piece of paper this size, you can actually just use the brown piece of paper. But I don't have that, so I have to make my brown piece of paper. So all I'm gonna do for the last part of this week is to go in and color this whole paper brown. You don't wanna leave any white spaces, so take your time and fill it in good, nicely. Try to keep your coloring going as much the same direction as possible. It'll look better. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward. Okay, so this is what I need you to have, is a brown colored paper, or just a brown piece of paper would be fine, and your sapling tree, which is again just a skinny line, and the same with the branches. And make sure you don't put a bunch of branches. I would take a good look at mine and maybe model your branches off of what I did here, because we're going to be doing some cutting, and those branch lines are going to be super important when we do the cutting. Okay? Take a photo of this, upload it to Seesaw for me, and I will see you next week to wrap this up.